studios and newspapers, including the Wall Street Journal. That brings us to tonight's number, 17%. That is how much Time Warner's stock was up on news of the offer. So a lot of people, what that means, by the way, everybody, thinks that Rupert Murdoch is going to come back and offer even more money. So Murdoch got rejected, but he has a history of being persistent when it comes to getting his way and usually winning. Our Brian Stelter's out front.
Love him or hate him, Rupert Murdoch is one of the world's savviest businessmen. Starting with a few newspapers in 1950s Australia,
my hero,
he has grown his
Rupert
influence
Murdoch,
into a bona fide media empire. Today, he controls dozens of channels.
And that's not sarcasm.
You are a socialist.
From Fox News to the Wall Street Journal, to hit shows and movies like Modern Family, Homeland,
It'll only happen once.
X-Men.
Stay with me.
What would you do without Rupert Murdoch? You wouldn't have nothing to watch.
After all, he's only 83 years old. He wants more media, specifically Time Warner, the parent company of CNN.
Murdoch.
That means everything.
You
from
gotta get it,
TBS
Murdoch.
to HBO to Warner Brothers Studios. Last month,
Animaniacs,
he made an
anybody?
$80 billion offer, cash and stock. Time Warner management said it thought long and hard about the proposal. But on July 8th, its board said, thanks, but no thanks.
It is not in the best interest of Time Warner or our shareholders to accept the proposal.
That man is
or to
lying.
pursue
Look at his
any
eyes.
discussions with Fox.
But wait a second. Murdoch back in deal-making mode? Just 2 years ago, people were writing him off. His company was in turmoil, dragged down by a phone hacking scandal in Britain, pressured by Wall Street to split his beloved newspapers off into a separate business from the faster-growing 21st Century Fox. Now, though, stocks of both his companies are up, and his swagger seems to be back.
Like many media moguls, obviously has a pretty big ego, and he has to be looking right now and thinking that this might be that last big deal.
A combined Fox and Time Warner would have more leverage at the negotiating table with growing media distributors like Comcast and AT&T.
Guys,
To
there's
some
people in the ghetto that looks
especially
older than
liberals,
Rupert
the
Murdoch.
conservative
That
Murdoch
man's gonna
is a
live until he's
boogeyman, a symbol
about
for all
100 and
that's wrong with the
506.
But above all else, he's a businessman.
Majority of the fucking kids
and he's
alive
not
is
ready
gonna
to
die
retire.
before Murdoch
He's
dies.
relentless. I don't think he's going to go away
Put it like
anytime
that.
soon. Once he wants something, he does his damnedest to really try and get it.
Brian Stelter's out front now, along with David Bank, who covers the media industry for RBC. All right, David, last week I just had a chance to see Rupert Murdoch, and all right, he is old, but he is sharp as a tack.
Yeah.
He's asking questions. His physical appearance does not match his mental acuity. He's worth $13.9 billion.
What I tell you guys, don't judge that man.
He's 83 years old. Why is he doing this right now?
Well, I think he's doing it for a couple of reasons. I think first of all, putting together a media colossus like this from both an economic perspective,
Look how scared
and just a
CNN people is.
empire, for that matter, would be the capstone on a pretty amazing media career. I think intellectually, I think there are a few media visionaries, that you will see in your lifetime, like a Rupert Murdoch. And as the media ecosystem is evolving into a much more global, much more digital distribution platform, I think part of what Rupert Murdoch is trying to achieve is to own as much content as humanly possible just before the revolution, the evolution, the revolution, so that he has a hand in controlling his own destiny as the ecosystem evolves.
Cable and all that is not going to be the future of television. YouTube and live streaming television. I'm talking about like YouTube. Well, in essence, videos like this, uploads, promoting common sense one at a time, ATTV, Signs of the Coming, Dabu 7. Those would be like news stations or channels, Fox.
CBS seem to be interested, ABC has seemed to be interested. So I think that would probably solve itself relatively quickly if this deal materializes.
All right, so what are you hearing in terms of... So Rupert Murdoch is a persistent guy. Remember when he bid for Dow Jones, the owner of the Wall Street Journal, and he bid...
Eventually, people are going to get tired of all these lies on television. So all this stuff is going to be eliminated as a facade. Once all these Dow Jones and TV guys, direct TV guys be eliminated, that's when you're going to have the YouTube revolution of television. Go back to the Future Part 2, when Marty goes and saves his kids. You will see that
Are there other
everything
suitors
was
who might also
live
take a look at Time
stream
Warner
television.
Now that it seems to be
There
on the
wasn't
block?
a news station in
I mean,
general.
but Time Warner is a really big company when you look at it.
I mean,
David.
how many companies really could
Time
swallow
Warner's a
him?
$73 billion company. When
It
you
was.
look around the world, well, right, okay, so now it's a lot bigger because the share price went up today, everybody. But when you look at this, how many people could really afford to buy it? Because look, let's just be honest, Comcast can't. They own NBC, so you're looking at Disney. You're looking at.
I don't know that that's necessarily true. I don't know that Comcast couldn't own it, and in fact, I think part of the complexity is the fact that some of these other players that could buy it, like an AT&T or potentially a Comcast, are tied up, with mergers of their own, AT&T with DirecTV or Comcast with Time Warner Cable.
Which means that for Time Warner, the timing is
But
not
to
great,
any
right? Because there's not
futurist in
other
a
possible
right
bidders out
mind
there.
You want to sell
that
it,
don't
there's a lot of
see
people
that
out to buy it.
In media land,
Rupert
it feels
Murdoch
like
type
an auction of
character,
one. At this moment, you never really
Ted
want an
Warner
auction of
type
one.
character
I think Disney is the only company that
will
really rivals.
end up buying
Time
small
Warner rivals
channels
Fox
on
in terms of size.
YouTube,
So you're looking
producing those
to
channels
outside of
into
media.
major
And then-
franchise
so let's talk-
channels.
it's outside of media, but Brian, this is
So take, for instance,
I work at CNN. I'm loyal
Reverend
to it,
Paul
everybody, but
Bakley.
CNN
He would
is
be
the marquee brand
the
of news around the world.
Reverend
Yes,
or
advertisement. I believe it
the
has
Gospel
to be true.
Network,
So
but
you
live
have,
stream. You would be able to
Google-
contact
could CNN be
him
owned by the
and
likes of Google?
hit him up on his
Apple's
Twitter,
minds have
Facebook.
sort of
So those are
suddenly
all
opened
live
in the last
feeds
12 hours because of
at
the news
any given
today.
time.
You think about it. You think about the way media
Any,
is
you'll
evolving,
be able to get a
really
quick
radically
response
evolving.
unless
And
it's
you
just
wonder, does a Google or
multi-millions
an
of
Apple
people at
wanna be
once,
in the
then
news
it's not going to
business?
work.
There aren't a lot of signs that they do, but maybe they're going to want to 5 years from now.
It is pretty incredible.
And
And
you
by
can
the
sort
way,
of see the future in this deal. I think the point about getting as much content as he can get makes perfect sense.
So all I can say, by the way, for those of you out there who own Time Warner, you made a heck of a lot of money today. And you know what, even no matter what happens, you probably should take some off the table. Sorry, I'm just saying. Maybe a little bit, maybe even if it keeps going up. And by the way, even if you own the S&P 500, you just got that nice 17% bump.
True.
All right, still to come, breaking news in Gaza. Tensions high. 4 Palestinian boys killed while playing on the beach. We are live there tonight. And the flesh-eating bacteria that is killing people across this country. We have new cases this week that may make you think twice about where you go for a swim.